I didn't know if I was going to talk about this, but apparently I am, because here we are. And it's something I hadn't even been thinking about. I knew it was coming up, but I wasn't paying attention to the dates or anything like that. And I just saw mutual show that this had happened. And so I thought about it because it's not even a topic I like to talk about, because when I did come out and say, look, this is fake. This is a grift. There's people on the left, they're trying to con you and grift. And the only person this helps is Donald Trump and the people grifting off of you, because they want you to donate money. They want you to give all these things and your time and your attention to this case. And there's been similar ones before. If you went and read the documents, it said the machines were not connected to Starlink. They've had the same pattern happen before. It was the same people filing before. There was a lot of people explaining this. There was Black women on the left that their expertise is elections and election security, and they were saying, please stop talking about it. It's fake. It's not real. It's not going to go anywhere. And all it does is make people think that the machines don't work. And our elections are as fair and as safe as they've been, considering the fact that they're not really ever fair. Like, we already have all the gerrymandering. We have them sending out notices that it's the next day, not tomorrow. Like, there's always the scam of trying to get people to stop. Like, it's up in the Supreme Court. They want to take away voting rights. So they're always trying to do that. But if they could just easily do it with the machines, they wouldn't be doing all that they're doing. And last night's election in Tennessee and across the United States, but even the week before, should show you that if we show up, we win. But Donald Trump wants you to think it doesn't matter if you show up, because I'll just, use the machines. Even though Elon put all that money into that Wisconsin race for the Supreme Court justice there, he lost. And it's like, we can keep showing you evidence to show it's wrong, and it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to call us names, you're going to threaten us, you're going to unfollow us, you're going to block us. The big content creators are going to say we're psyops, we're evil, we're working for Donald Trump, which makes no sense. And I'm simply trying to say, we have expert women on the left and men saying, don't say that. It just makes you not want to look at the reality of why we lose. Because that's what I kept saying, is if you just want to buy into that, which I don't know why you'd want to, but that just would be hey, so we actually won, so we don't have to change anything. We don't have to self-reflect. We don't have to look at what the actual problems are. We don't have to look at why we lost such a narrow race, right? It's just, no, we won. We know we won. And it's funny because you guys change your tune. You'll see something they said something about, if Afton wins, then we know the election was fake because Kamala lost by 22, right? So you say that. And a lot of people say that whenever Kamala's somewhere and there's all those people being, no, you could never convince me. Except, what happened when Charlie Kirk died? I can't believe the amount of comments and content creators going, I had no idea that there was this many Trump supporters. I had no idea there was this many people that like Charlie Kirk. So you guys want to live in both worlds. And that's part of my point about what I'm talking about. Besides the fact, it's really painful when you are a content creator who comes on here with good faith and you consistently are right. Not as in I'm right, but we give you grounded information that proves that to be true. But people that make shit up and that are grifting and are fear-mongering, so many of you fall in line with them and you come and attack us. And we're doing the real work. It would be so easy to come on here and make shit up and get you all hysterical and dramatic. That almost seems more fun. But we have to come on here and deliver news that makes your life grounded so that you can function, so your nervous system can function. We're never saying there isn't a problem, that there is nothing wrong. Stay home, chill, who cares? None of us have ever said that. We're always telling you how to get involved, what can make the difference. But we're also trying to keep your nervous systems regulated. And I don't think any of the people that told you about Rockland County or any of the other stuff, even though they've explained why those swing states did what they did, the explanations are there. And then there's that thing in you that goes, no, it's not true. It's the same thing that is happening on the right. And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't know a better way to show you that anyone can fall in with a grift. Anyone can fall into things, because if it feels good or makes sense, it allowed you to make sense of things that feel scary or too big or very frustrating. When it gives you a very tiny little neat bow, like it's the radical left that's making this country this way. It's the Mexicans. It's the illegals. That's a very neat little bow that goes, here's why. It's not us. It's them. That's over here. Like, it was an election fraud. It wasn't us. It was them. And that allows the brain to go, oh, and it makes it feel in control again. Like, oh, well, I know what really happened. I know we could never lose because we're the good guys. We do the right thing. We don't have grifters on our side because we're moral and ethical. If you don't think, the right doesn't think that their guys can't be bad because they're Christian, they do. So you can clearly see it. But see, when you're someone like me or my mutuals who could see both sides, and we say that, we get both sides yelling, screaming at us constantly. And tell you what, it's way worse on the left for me most of the time. And it's way more painful because these are people that are on my team. You know, it's like a neighbor can yell at you, but when your family yells at you and calls you names, it's painful. And I know, because sometimes we have to talk to each other, it's like there's days we don't ever want to get back on here again. The way we get treated is really rough, and people come and go, we appreciate you so much. We appreciate all your work. And then if I go, well, Rockland County is fake. How dare you? I trusted you before, but oh my God, it's really hard. And I haven't wanted to I'm a big sister general. I don't think I like to admit when I feel hurt or pain on here from people. I just want to be strong, and I shouldn't care what people think. But when I'm trying to create a safe space for our team to function at a high level, but you're always getting cut off by people that are supposedly on the team, it's really hard. It's emotionally very it wears you down. It grinds you down. It affects your health. And I know it does to my mutuals. And as great as they are and as tough as they are, I know there's days they don't want to get back on here, ever. And this was one of those things. Like, we were trying to defend the black women on the left that were saying, stop talking about it. You're helping Donald Trump. You're not actually looking at the real issues and what we need to change about elections and how we vote and how we run campaigns and who we run. You're not doing that. Like, you're doing a stop or a thought stop thing. Like, the elections were stolen. There's nowhere to go after that. But that's the weird thing about cons, is it's like, it makes you feel good to believe that, but it also absolutely like knocks you out from your knees. Like, then what? Then where do you go from there? Because you're not getting Kamala back. You're not going to get anything back, but you're walking going, yep, they were stolen. And that helps you how? It helps Donald Trump, because it makes people scared that their vote won't count, or they just won't vote. That's what he wants you to believe. And I know a lot of you are still going to go, oh, but Elon said this and Trump said this, and so what? So what? It doesn't matter. It benefits them for you to believe that they did all that stuff. It absolutely benefits them in every. How does it benefit us to fall into that trap? How does it benefit our side to keep up with this story? How does it benefit our side to keep giving money to these grifters? How does it benefit our side to keep promoting big content creators who do not come back on and say, I got that wrong, apologize, clean up their messes? No, they just move on to the next scam, or they just recontextualize the grift. Well, we may have lost that, but that was because the judge was bad, because we really know. Doesn't that sound like the right? Right? Everything Trump does, even if the courts come against him, they'll go, oh, well, that's because the judge was whatever, because we know. Yeah, everybody knows. And then there's just evidence in front of your eyeballs. But when you want to believe, your brain will tell you anything. So when you feel that anger and that rage, when you try and tell the people on the right that they're wrong, and to you it's so obvious, we as content creators that can see what the left is doing, we deal with the same thing from that side, and it's just as painful. So I hope we can learn some lessons from here, and I hope you will remember the different creators. I'm not saying they're bad people. I mean, I know some of them are very good, but like, our side can get conned just as easily as the right. Anybody can fall into a cult. Anyone can get duped by a con man. If you are willing to believe and you want to believe something to make yourself feel better, You can be conned.